All right, let's toss it back over to Gene.
Hey, you know, Mark, we've been focusing on that storm, the one that's about to head into Lamar and Pickens County. It's a line, really, now, as you mentioned. They were discrete supercells, but now they are forming into a line of storms. But each one of those could still produce a tornado, and that's the reason for the warning, which is in effect, as we mentioned. And we've got a new tool here that lets us show you who's going to be affected and perhaps how many people. This gives us an estimate. So again, this storm that we've been following with the tornado on the ground heading in to Lamar and Pickens County should get to Caledonia by 6:38, Vernon by 7 o'clock, Sulligent by 7:13, maybe affecting in the neighborhood of around 5,000 people. So we want to make sure all of you are safe as this storm heads your way. You just heard Mark give those safety tips, and we want to reinforce that. Get to your safe place right now. This is a dangerous storm, and it has the potential to do a lot of destructive damage. But look at all the other storms that are still lining up back down to the south, all the way down to Jackson, Mississippi. That line still has to come into Alabama as well, and that'll be what we'll be dealing with throughout the night. Also, you can take a look at the wind path. This is the storm, again, coming out of Mississippi, and as we focus in on the one that's about to cross the state line, you can see the core of the high-intensity winds. How high are we talking about? Well, we could be looking at winds in excess of 120 miles an hour. We'll zoom in right now, and here, just east of Columbus, the thing that Mark was talking about, that signature of rotation, that really has us concerned. There could be winds as high as 120 miles an hour with this storm. Extremely dangerous, can do a lot of damage to a home, probably definitely take off the roof, potentially knock off the first story of a two-story home, damage lots of other structures, so you don't want to be outside during this. If you're hearing us, I hope that you're in a safe place. Remember, we are live streaming, so if you've got your cell phone or your tablet, you're able to get a cell phone signal, you'll be able to hear us. Again, dark skies in Tuscaloosa, because once this storm makes its way in, there could be more coming in from Mississippi that could potentially take Tuscaloosa in its target. The other thing that we're watching is hail with these storms. We've been focusing a lot about the wind threat, which is very important, the tornado threat, but perhaps hen-size hail coming out of this storm out of Columbus, and that will be moving into Pickens County as well, in northern sections, Lamar County and northern sections of Pickens County. And then we also want to focus on the lightning, and there is a lot of it. Whenever we focus on lightning, we're able to show you where the lightning strikes are. When you see a bright yellow pop up, that's a brand new strike. When you see the orange pop up, that's what we call positive lightning. The positive lightning emanates from the tops of the thunderstorms, and it's an indication, perhaps, if we see a lot of it, that the storm could be getting more intense. And look at this. In this boxed area that I've drawn as the storm is coming in from Mississippi, over 2,000 strikes, most of them negative, just a couple positive. So that's good news, because maybe it doesn't mean that this storm may be intensifying dramatically, but still, with a tornado on the ground, you want to take it seriously. And folks, the first thing you're going to hear is that thunder, and you're going to see a lot of lightning. Trent and Sherry, we got a long ways to go tonight.
Okay, Gene, absolutely. If you're curious as to what happened in the Marion County area at all, we're getting reports from WHNT in Huntsville about the damage there.